have you here today. The kids I just have to brag on our kids. Our kids, they are amazing. We had a 5th grade show today during school, and I know as a parent, sometimes our kids come home and we're like, right, like, who trained you? But you would be so proud of your kids. They are back there, like, doing silent dancing, being really, really quiet as mice, and they are back there encouraging each other and saying, you're doing a great job, and getting the props ready. And when they were, when we did the 5th grade show, like, they were working together as a team like you would not believe. They got on the bus from the high school to the middle school, and they were awesome to their bus driver. And they walked in the middle school office, like, really organized and orderly, and didn't scream or yell, because that's a big deal for middle schoolers. Anytime that they're doing, like, orderly, you're like, yes! So I just want to say, for parents, like, your kids are amazing. I am so, so proud of them. They are an awesome, awesome group, and I don't say that lightly. So if you ever go home and your kids, you're pulling your hair out, just remind them that they're doing something right. But for us, they are amazing. So we have a little bit of audience participation. This is our show is a live studio audience variety show. And so we have applause guy. Applause guy right here. Yeah. Should we try that again? Okay, go ahead. Whenever you see applause guy. Was that pretty good? Will you take that? Okay, we'll take that. You guys will get better as we go on. So that is our bit of audience participation. Our next bit of audience participation is if you have a device like I have. Mine's not on silent. No, it is. Make sure that your phones are on silent, and that would be super. And we are so glad you're here. Enjoy the show.
Most talked about show on the Fairy Tale Network. Real talk with fairy tale legends. The talk is real. The people are fictional. The stories are, well, that's for you to decide. Now, introducing your very own fairy tale players. And your host, who needs no introduction, introducing the one and only Heidi Pervely.
And the 7 dwarves. As always, our band of fairy tale players will provide live reenactments of today's tale, while I get the dirt directly from our source. Our guests today are none other than the 7 dwarves themselves. That's right, they are, in no particular order, Rowdy, Howdy, Rudy, Nerdy, Weepy, Creepy, and Bobby. But I must warn you up front, each of these dwarves tells the story a little differently. One's a bit poetic, another's a bit country, another's a bit rock and roll. But I know you're just gonna love them all. So, without further ado, please help me welcome our first guest. This dwarf is a self-professed poet and lover of literature. Please welcome to the stage, Wordy! Welcome to the show, and thank you for joining us. No, I pray. Speak not of your thanks to me, for it is I who should be thanking you. So you're a poet, are you? You speak the truth. For without poetry, I have neither wit, nor words, nor worth, action, nor utterance, nor the power of speech to stir men's blood. Okay, very well. So, tell
wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next guest, Rowdy! So, Rowdy, how's Wordy's version of the story wrong?
The snowman. This was midwinter. It wasn't some pretty little snowfall. No, we're talking apocalyptic snowage.
Whoa! Did you know that snow up there? I've never seen so much snow in like all of forever. It's a total snowpocalypse.
Now we're talking.
That's pretty cool.
That's because you heard it from me. I'm the dwarf who rocks.
As I was saying, the queen sat at her window to sew, pondering what name should be given to her unborn child. The child she just knew would be the next queen, and the fairest beauty in all the land.
Hippolyta? Bianca? Juliet?
Come on, she had to be thinking of better names than that. This girl was gonna be the next rock star, for crying out loud.
Rihanna? Cardi B? Swift?
But she was promptly tired of thinking of such bohemian monarchs.
Oh, what's in a name which we call a rose by another name that smells sweet?
As she thought, she looked out her window at the softly falling
Heavily falling.
snow. As she thought, she looked out the window at the softly falling. As she looked, she pricked her finger upon her needle.
Oh my!
There was blood everywhere.
Oh my! Someone! Anyone!
No. 'Twas but a single drop of her mother's blood that fell upon the snow.
Oh my!
As she looked upon the dark red drop of blood juxtaposed against the pure white snow, she at last knew what her unborn child's name would be.
Snow White!
Lovely, lovely, simply lovely. But I'm told we may end up short on time today. Sorry, no pun intended. So we must be moving along. This next dwarf is very intellectual. And matter of fact, please welcome to the stage, Nerdy! That's me, utterly and unequivocally
Boring.
Excuse me?
Well, let's face it. You focus on the actual facts too much. Not every story can be reality TV or a documentary, you know?
So what if I prefer reality over fiction? It's just like she said. I tell it like it is. Nothing but the facts here.
Whatever.
And the romantic, passionate, and sometimes dramatic, weepy. Maya, are you okay?
No.
I'm sorry, but may I ask what is the matter?
I know. She hates this part of the story.
For she is simply blessed with a heart 2 sizes too big. Weepy is so full of heart that she weeps at the slightest wrongs and weeps and leaps at the simplest joys. I see. So tell us, why do you hate this part of the story so much?
Oh, it's just so sad. Snow White was finally born, but her mother tragically died in childhood. I know, right? There was Snow White's father. He was so happy at the birth of his child, and yet grieved beyond all reason because the love of his life had died. There he was, torn between sheer joy and utter sadness. Joy, sadness, joy, sadness. And Snow White would have to grow up without her mother. A mother she did love Julie and did love Julie, even though she never knew her. They were both so sad.
But they can't remarry.
And
She was as beautiful as a rainbow, beaming through the silver clouds on high. She was as beautiful as the newborn sun, melting frost on the first day of spring, the most beautiful thing ever seen through the eyes of a king. Okay, so she was beautiful. Go on, tell us, what was that like?
What was it like? Not much at first. It's more what it became, I guess.
So you mean like a rivalry was born?
Oh, yes, a rivalry. Oh, what a rivalry it was.
So what was that like? Can you tell us?
What was it like? That's a very good question. Very good. But if I were pressed, it was like a beauty pageant. It was like a beauty pageant.
And here they are, your finalists for Miss Fairest of them all, Snow White and the diabolical evil queen.
And don't you forget it!
And in this final round, we will ask both of our contestants the same single question, and each will have 10 seconds to respond. Snow White, will we begin with you? You are clearly very beautiful, beautiful beyond words even. So fair and kind are you that no one else compares.
Ahem.
So, Snow White, your question. If you could give anything at all, for your own beauty, what would it be?
If I could trade my beauty in exchange for anything, I would trade it for world peace.
It's my turn now. What's my question?
As I mentioned before, I'll be giving both our contestants the same question. So, Evil Queen, if you could give up your beauty for one thing, anything at all, what would it be?
My beauty?
Yes, if you could even call it that. Anything at all. What's more important to you than beauty?
I don't know.
5 seconds.
But that's an impossible question. What's more important than beauty?
2 seconds.
I would give it up for
And time.
ultimate power!
I'm sorry, but your time has expired. And now all the judges tally our scores. Oh, the scores have already been tallied. Boy, that was quick. And now, to announce the winners, please welcome the Magic Mirror. And now, without further ado, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
Snow White is the fairest by far.
Doesn't seem like it was much of a contest.
It wasn't, but the evil queen was so consumed with her beauty that she refused to let anyone else take her crown.
And what happened next?
Oh, you'll just have to get who out here to tell this next part. She tells this part of the story so well.
Very well. This next dwarf is a bit of a mystery. She chooses to remain anonymous, so at her request, we've concealed her identity. Please welcome to the stage, Creepy. So, we've just learned that Snow White is the fairest of them all. What happens next?
Well, Heidi, that night, it was almost like any other night, when evil is afoot. What I mean to say is, it was a dark and stormy night.
You can do better than that. You heard her. It was dark and stormy.
You cataracts and hurricanes, spout! You have drenched our steeples! Drowned the cocks! You sulphurous and thought-executing fires! Vaunt curries of oak, cleaving thunderbolts! Singe my white head! And thou, all-shaking thunder, smite
They do.
And so, the evil queen called upon her most skilled assassin and hatched the most evil plot.
Come hither, Hunter!
Yes, my queen. And the name's not Hunter. It's Huntsman. James Huntsman.
His name is Huntsman.
We call him James!
Cleared throughout the land. For his list of kills he did for thrills. Most of them were hand to hand. His name is Huntsman.
One of many names, agent of the queen. And his loyalty to the royalty is for what's unforeseen. He is handsome, he is small. So small, some would call him Carolyn. Not his hair, and with this someday, he will ask the same. He give you with his heart will stand. His name is Huntsman. He's not playing games. A knight next to his foes. Any enemy of the family had best stay on their toes. For once the huntsman's on your trail, will never fail to catch your tail. And all your running and hiding and fleeing will be to no avail.
Don't call him Hunter.
His name is Huntsman.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't. What does Her Highness desire?
I'm in need of your services.
That I can do. There's neither man nor monster in the forest that can escape me.
So I'm told. Are you loyal to me, Huntsman? Will you bring me the heart of a creature upon my request?
I will. I give you my solemn vow. Name the creature, and I shall bring you its heart, the queen.
Snow White,
The princess?
the princess.
But
Do you protest?
no, my queen. I would never. But the princess?
Yes, the princess. You just gave me your vow, Huntsman, promising me to bring me her heart. Now, surely, Huntsman, you of all my henchmen should know what will happen to someone who rescinds a vow given by the queen.
Yes, my queen. I will do as I have promised.
Very well.
Doesn't sound like he had a choice.
He didn't. The evil queen tricked him into a vow. He did not realize he was in here.
And one they didn't have the heart to carry out.
Interesting. I want to hear more about that, but we must take a short break. Sorry, no pun intended again. When we come back, we'll hear from our final two dwarves. Until then, stay tuned for these 2 or 1 brief messages. Hi, I'm Jack Spratt. Who's that to say? Oh, come on. I know you know who I am. Jack Spratt and eat no fat? Yeah, that's me. And the old saying is true. I never eat fat. Zero. Nada. Zilch. Trans fat? Yeah. Saturated fat? Booyah. Bacon? Are you kidding me? And I'm here today to share with you my amazing no-fat weight loss program. On my amazing no-fat weight loss program, you get to enjoy sweet, sugary goodness to your little heart's content. How does it work, you might ask? Well, most candies contain little to no sugar. That means that you can eat candy all day, every day, and still lose weight. How's that for a weight loss plan everyone can get behind? Am I right or am I right? And to prove that it works, just look at how lean I am. So if you all look like this, to pick up the phone and make one short call to buy my book of sweet, sugary recipes full of tips and tricks that you can use to live in a weight loss paradise. Add now and I'll throw in a bonus book, The Witch's Guide to Candy Architecture. A landmark publication on how you can still lose weight and eat candy all the time. Now, every single day. And now, all readers are standing by!
Jack Sprat's no fat weight loss program could cause some serious and some fatal side effects, including shakes, jitters, excessive smiling, hallucinations, hyperactive disorder, lack of focus, lack of teeth, lack of limbs, and quite possibly prolonged excruciating death. We are a local sponsor, and in no way reflects our view on this station.
Welcome back to Real Talk with Fairy Tale Legends. Joining us now we have, oh, there's so many of you. Which one are you again?
Wait for it. Knock, knock. This one never misses a chance to tell a knock-knock joke.
Who's there?
Bob!
That's it. Guess I should have known you were howdy.
No. You're supposed to say.
Oh, right. I've got it. Bob who?
That's my name, don't wear it out!
You are Bob, the goofy one, right?
I know you are, but what am I?
Please, enough of this silliness. Now, are you or are you not Bob? To be or not to be? Very well, Bob is.
Yeah, it Bob's your uncle!
So, Bob, when we last left our story, we just found out that the Huntsman was going to find Snow White to kill her.
Kill her? Nah, he didn't even know her. And what's more, he could barely get her out of the castle. Look, here's where it all went down.
So I just flew from New York, and my arms are so tired. Anyone?
Is this thing on? So I'm standing there waiting for a cab. I see this princess on this Huntsman. And he says to her,
Hey, darling, want to go for a walk with me?
"Sure, where we going?"
Under there.
Where?
Under there.
What?
Under there.
Underwear.
I don't get it.
Why don't you take her for a walk?
Yes, I know that. I got that much. But where was he taking her?
Under there.
Under.
No. No. You got to tell it once, and that is more than enough. He wanted to take her into the dark and mysterious woods. Come along, the forest awaits.
But the princess has seen enough horror flicks and monster movies to know that going into the dark and mysterious woods was a very bad idea.
But I can't. I mean, I really should. After all, it's so dark and spooky and mysterious out here, and such awful things can happen. Haven't you seen any scary movies lately?
No, I've been too busy hunting.
You didn't see The Big Bad Wolfman?
No.
How about Once Upon Nightmare on Elm Street?
No.
Not even the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
No.
Not even the Bride on Rumpelstiltskin design?
No. Look, there's nothing to fear. I go into the woods all the time.
Still, the huntsman wasn't saying much to ease the princess's fears.
But who knows what could be lurking out here? There could be lions, and tigers, and bears.
Oh my.
It's practically full of dangerous beasts.
But finally, the brave huntsman realized what he had to do, and he swept in and spoke to it genuinely, like a true hero, a man with sensitivity.
Look, I know you're scared. There are many beasts out there, and many that should be feared. But you needn't worry. Anything out there, I can handle. Trust me. I'll keep you safe, princess.
It was just what the princess needed to calm her fears and win her trust.
So he convinced Snow White to go with him.
Yes, he did. Too bad he was leading her to her death. Oh, it's just so sad.
Oh my, it looks like we're going to need some time to compose ourselves here. So while we do that, let's bring on the seventh and final dwarf. The dwarf who's more than just a big country.
Howdy! Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, ma'am. Thank you kindly.
So, when we last left our tale, we found out that Huntsman was just about to kill Snow White.
Now wait just a dagger a moment there, Opera. You ain't heard my part in this tale just yet. So don't you go making any assumptions just yet.
I'm sorry, but I don't know what you mean by that.
What I mean is, she ain't done for it just yet. But you're right about one thing. That there hunter was heading off in the wild blue yonder with Miss Snow White. But it weren't for no death sentence at all. No, it was more like two good-natured cowfolk out there for a ride together on the old Ponderosa. For the first time in her life, Snow White was out in the wild frontier, free from the trappings of that terrible stepmother of hers.
Oh yeah, I tell you what, Huntsman, my life ain't never felt so free and easy as it does right now.
I tried telling you, there ain't nothing to fear out in these here woods.
That's not what I meant. I mean, you're right. Maybe I was scared at first, but that's only because I ain't never been out here in the forest before.
That there hunter was just plain shocked to hear that she ain't never been in the woods before.
Now wait a darn moment. You mean to tell me you ain't never been in the woods?
Even worse, I ain't never been out of the castle.
No!
Sure enough, why, I've been cooped up in there with that awful stepmom of mine ever since I can even remember. And now, seeing what it's like to be free of all that, I've half a mind to never go back.
Right, now, about that.
What is it? Well, what is it? Got something to say? Or don't you? You can't let me go back? Well, why in tarnation can't you?
It's not that I don't want to, it's just that I can't. I'm under orders, you see.
Whose orders?
Well, your dad let him step my horse.
I see. So you're gonna off me then?
Supposed to.
Supposed to? Well, are you or ain't you?
Supposed to, but I ain't gonna off you. Nah, I just don't know how I'm gonna get out of this pickle.
You mean you ain't got no plan?
No, ma'am, and if I show up back at the castle with nothing to show for you, I'll be in a heap of trouble.
So how will they know you've done your job?
I gotta bring your heart to the queen.
My heart? Now that's just downright gruesome.
It is.
Say you brought back the heart of something else. My stepmother don't know a heart from the monkey's uncle. You're a huntsman, aren't you? Go out there and slay any great beast or creature you want. Bring back that heart.
By golly, that's perfect. Why didn't I think of that? I can just go out there and fell some great beast and tell the queen it's you. But what about you? What do you do out here all on your own?
Well, I suppose I'll make it somewhere or another.
No, ma'am. Can't leave you out here to fend for yourself. Wouldn't be right.
No, you go on. I insist. I can take care of myself.
No, ma'am. I insist. I ain't leaving you here alone, princess.
Sounds like they didn't really have a choice.
Oh, they were in a fix. That's for sure. But they weren't out of options just yet. Just because Snow White's the fairest of them all doesn't mean she's just some pretty thing. No, she's got more metal in her than you might realize.
No, you go on. I insist. I can take care of myself. You just give me a few pointers about how to face this wild yonder on my own, and I know I can handle whatever comes my way. You can count on that.
You for certain about it?
I can guarantee it.
And so, the huntsman shared all his knowledge of that there forest and all the trials and tribulations the princess might have to face in it.
He told her about all the terrible beasts that lurk in the forest. The big bad wolves, the terrible trolls, and the wicked witches.
He gave her his hunting bow and showed her how to shoot it. And he gave her his hunting knife and showed her how to use it.
Then he gathered some logs and showed her how to And thus, having taught the princess all that he could, the huntsman and the princess parted ways.
Thank you, good sir, and goodbye.
Goodbye, my princess.
Parting is such sweet sorrow. Bravo, bravo! Give it up for our fairy tale players, everyone!
It's time for another short break, but when we come back, Snow White will be on her own in the dark and mysterious forest. Will she make it out alive, or will the treacherous beast get her first? Find out after these messages.
Tired of the same old hair care products that never work? Has the hair club for princesses completely let you down? Why fuss with those other methods when you could have hair like this?
Hi, I'm Rapunzel, and you may know me as the girl with amazing hair. But just like any girl, I have a few tricks to keep me looking this amazing.
Introducing Rapunzel's incredible hair extensions.
With just one simple click, you could have hair worthy of a princess.
With Rapunzel's incredible hair extensions, now I can really let my hair down.
So go ahead, girls, let your hair down.
Rapunzel's incredible extensions. Today at 1-800-WOW-HAIR. That's 1-800-WOW-HAIR. Also available in participating mall kiosks.
Welcome back. When we last left our tale, the huntsman returned to the castle, leaving Snow White all alone.
She was all alone with no one to protect her in the dark and mysterious forest.
Wait, you're forgetting my favorite part of the tale, the awesomest part of our story, the huntsman's part.
The part where he's all heroic.
Oh, he goes full-on warrior action hero mode.
You see, Heidi, the huntsman had to slay a great beast and take its heart back to the evil queen. So the huntsman searched far and wide until he came upon a great stag.
It wasn't a stag.
How would you know?
Well, he went out to slay a great beast, not just some old stag.
Well, it could have been any beast.
Blah, blah, blah. It was a great beast. That's the way I heard it, right from Snow White's lips.
Rowdy's right. It was a great beast. So, there the huntsman was, all alone, with no one to protect him in the dark and mysterious forest, when along came a boogeyman!
It wasn't even that kind of
Yeah, it was a boogeyman.
boogeyman either. I'm telling you, this was a great beast.
You mean like a screaming banshee?
That's too annoying.
It was some mythical creature, like a cyclops from the ancient stories of yore.
No, that's too poetic.
Well, it was epic. I thought that you of all the dwarves might be into epic poetry.
I like epic, but not poetry. And it wasn't a cyclops.
Ooh, I know! It was a T-Rex! Ooh, a T-Rex with tiny arms! Ooh, a T-Rex with tiny arms. Can't scratch the itch on its chin!
That's too silly.
Well, what was it then?
Oh, this beast was none other than the great and the legendary
legendary
Sasquatch!
Sasquatch. Now there's a mysterious monster story I can get behind.
It wasn't a Sasquatch either.
The Jersey Devil.
No.
El Chupacabra.
No.
Nessie.
No! Nessie? Really? Get with the program, people. This is a fairy tale after all. No. The beast was worse than Nessie, El Chupacabra, T-Rex, all of them combined. It was none other than the great and powerful Swamp Ogre!
What happened next?
Well, the Huntsman, being brave and strong and awesome, challenged the great beast.
Many experts agree, Heidi,
that this was the fight of the century.
And in this corner, the featherweight champion of the world, Huntsman. And in this corner, the monsterweight champion of the world, the ferocious Swamp Ogre. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
To will another ring, but once they've started to swing, only one of us survive. I hope you're holding on tight, people, that your stomachs aren't weak. 'Cause soon the blood's gonna flow from them and blow after blow. This is no place for the meek. This is the fight of the century. This is the fight of the century. It's going down in history's pages as the battle of the ages.
It was the Thrill in Manila, the Battle of the Bulge and Waterloo. Didn't you won? It was Alien and Predator, Tyson versus Holyfield, and Battle was 1 and 2 and we'll run.
It was the Battle of Jericho, the Texans at the Alamo, the Battle of New Orleans. It was the rumble in the jungle, the clingers to the rummy, and their bones up to smithereens!
Sherlock versus Moriarty.
So we meet us last, Professor.
So it would seem. What happens next?
Elementary. The next thing to happen will be me taking you to the Queen.
The Hatfields versus the McCoys.
Get off my land, you rat scoundrel!
My land for every year, you yellow-headed coward!
Grant versus Robert E. Lee.
I propose to fight it out from this line if it takes all summer. Teeth haddest thou in thy head when thou wast born, to signify thou camest to bite the world.
Aye, but thy teeth is such that hath been belched upon by infected lungs. Away, you gourd-bellied ticklebrain!
You go-bellied, ill-tempered idiot worshiper!
Ah!
You insolent, red-headed Viliago!
I shall defeat you!
From my mother's womb I was entirely ripped!
No! How dare you! Don't!
Oh, but I can't.
Jeopardy does.
It was the most epic matchup of all time. Then, the Huntsman pulled out all stops to a full Nelson on that big bad ogre.
did what Huntsman do best. He took the ogre by the...
No. Not in front of the kids.
Right.
Let's just say the huntsman fulfilled his pact and, leave it at that. Very well. When we come back, we'll hear more about our interesting tale. And Snow White will meet the 7 dwarves. More after these messages.
Hey there, I'm Rumpelstiltskin Gold Emporium. Today's squeaking economy, you need to own gold to protect yourself and your family from economic hardships. Don't lose all your hard-earned investments to falling markets. Protect them by buying gold. Wise investors are buying my gold at such record rates, you think I can spin straw into gold. And you'd be right. I have so much gold to go around, we're practically giving it away. You heard that right. I'm not just giving it away, I'm practically giving it away. Just for the low price of your firstborn child. You can be a part of the gold market before you can say Rumpelstiltskin. So come on down to Rumpelstiltskin Gold Emporium and let's make a deal. Oh, and don't forget to bring your kids.
Sunday! Blowout prices on all new and used carriages. Only at Cinderella's Automotive Extravaganza.
This Sunday only, get this late-in model town and country style carriage. Sale price at only 80 gold pieces.
Hurry!
Hurry on in for one of our turn-of-the-century models with 2, 4, all the way up to 6 horsepower, starting at only 60 gold coins.
Don't wait, these magical prices will not last long.
That's right, these magical prices won't last long. In fact, the magic disappears precisely at the stroke of midnight. So hurry on over to Cinderella's Magical Sales Extravaganza, only at Cinderella's Magical Sales Extravaganza today. And we're back. So, Snow White, she's been all alone in the woods all this time.
The dark and mysterious woods.
Right, the dark and mysterious woods. So, how did you all end up meeting her?
Well, simple, really. As Snow White was wandering through the woods,
The dark and mysterious woods.
as Snow White was walking through the dark and mysterious woods, she came upon our cottage.
And what? That's how you met?
No, not exactly. We weren't home at the time, so she, thinking the cottage was abandoned, let herself in.
Oh yes, I think I've heard this one before. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm certain this is how I heard it told. She broke into your house. Hi-ya! Ate
All your food.
Too hot. Too cold. Just right.
broke all your chairs. And slept in all your beds.
Too hard. Too soft. Just right.
Then she woke to find 3 angry bears standing over her. Chased her away. Now that would have been classic. Exit pursued off by a bear.
No, that's not how it happened. You're thinking of that other story with the little blonde girl.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but you gotta admit, they're eerily similar.
True, but Snow White didn't destroy her home like that other girl did to the bears. Instead, she took our little fixer-upper of a cottage and turned it into a classy and modern showpiece.
Today, on this old cottage, we document the restoration of a 14th century house. Extremely disheveled and abandoned. Snow White, can you tell us of some of the problems that you found when you moved in?
It's a wreck. There's so many problems. start.
Okay, Snow White, I'll let you get back to sprucing up the place. In the meantime, back to you, Heidi.
Thank you. Now, it seems we're getting a bit off track here. You were getting me to the part where you met the princess. Which one of you can tell me about that?
Well, Heidi, it went a little something like this. Snow White had been there for what it seemed like days, tidying and cleaning, cleaning and tidying. It was only a few hours, of course, but who's counting? When in walks the shortest pair of legs she's ever laid eyes on. It was a dwarf, of course, and one of the most mysterious dwarves you'll ever meet. It was her! It was her! Yeah, it was me. Stop being so conspicuous. You might blow my cover. Seeing as Snow White just broke into the joint, she did what came naturally. She hid. I had the feeling I was being watched, so I cased the joint in it. Just as I was about to give up my search, Snow White came out of hiding.
Hello!
Whoa. Where did you come from?
I was hiding under the table.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I asked you first.
But I'm your guest.
But I live here.
But I'm your princess.
Princess, guest. It doesn't matter who you are. I don't give my name to just anyone. Especially to strangers. You go first.
No, you go on. I insist. After all, it's the courteous thing to do.
In other words, we were getting nowhere. That's when there was a knock at the door.
I got it! 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 I got it!
Knock, knock! Startled by the unexpected interruption of my interrogation, I turned and intervened.
Who's there?
Annie! I recognized the voice at once. Sensing that the person at the door was attempting to crack a joke, I played along.
Annie who?
Annie was at home! But I wasn't born yesterday. I knew it was just Bob fooling around again, and I refused to play the fool. Naturally, I kept my cool and went with the drill.
Stay to your business.
We're here to see a guy about a horse. I knew it was all a joke, but I was all business.
All right then. What's the password?
1, 2, 3, 4. It was the easiest password in the book. In fact, it was too easy. It was so easy that I never thought anyone ever would have actually used it.
Right.
Come on then. Of course it wasn't just Bob at the door, it was all of us. And we all came in. And that's when we finally meet the princess. And what was your reaction to finding her there after she barged in and made herself at home?
It was awesome.
Like a dream come true.
I thought it was a bit of a joke, personally.
Still a bit suspicious, if you ask me.
No, it weren't nothing more than a young gal just looking for a place to stay is all it was.
And what about you, Nerdy? I would say it was all those things. That's exactly how it was in my opinion. Very interesting. So go on. What happened next? Well, as we were getting to know the princess, the evil queen was back at her castle. All along, the evil queen had believed the huntsman's story to be true, but it was only when she beckoned her magic mirror,
Come hither, mirror!
and whence it came to her. It was then that she realized that the huntsman hadn't been entirely truthful with her, thus whence the encounter. Thus went the encounter.
Tell me I'm beautiful, mirror.
You are fair, my queen.
But that was not enough to quell the queen's vanity. Thus she quickly recited,
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
As it was as you last asketh me, and as it will be until our untimely end, Snow White is unquestionably and undoubtedly the fairest of them all, my queen.
And from that moment on, the evil queen vowed to end Snow White's life. And she knew that this very evil deed had to be done by her own evil hands.
and what was her plan exactly? Simple, really. She'd just feed her a poisoned apple. A poisoned apple? And how does one make a poisoned apple? I'm glad you asked. It's a really simple recipe, and especially so in the hands of a capable chef.
Good evening, my pretties, and welcome to the Wicked Stepmother's Kitchen. Today, we'll be stirring up the handiest little gem for knocking off your arch enemy. It's an entree I'd like to call the apple of my die. Now, we'll start off with your everyday run-of-the-mill apple, and when we're finished with it, it will be the most deadly fruit you ever did see. But before we begin, please help me welcome my slovenly assistants, Igor and Igor. Thank you for joining us, you two. Now, to start off, we need our main ingredients. Igor, do you have the apple? Lovely. And did you bring the poison? Perfect. Now, this is truly the simplest recipe of all. All it takes is a little inspiration, ingenuity, and the tiniest dash of revenge. And you have for yourself the deadliest little fruit you ever did see. Like I said, we'll start with your everyday run-of-the-mill apple. But there's a tiny splash of pepper that needs to be done beforehand. For this next step, please help me welcome the Big Bad Wolf! Thank you for joining us, Wolfie.
My pleasure, your wickedness.
We need this apple to be completely dehydrated and void of all moisture. After all, we want our little apple to be able to soak up every last ounce of liquid death. Wolfie, do your thing. And just like that, we have the least juiciest apple you ever did see. Thank you, Wolfie. Now, to make this recipe work, we'll need the proper tools as well as the proper ingredients. The poison. All right, to make this recipe work, we'll just start with a little bit of poison. Bottoms up! A dash of salt, mix gently, and now we wait for 6 short hours while a thirsty little apple does its magic. And voila! A poisoned apple that's sure to knock him dead at your next gathering. Care for a taste, Igor? Falls for it every time. Join us next time when we uncover the lost art of freshly baked gingerbread and the enticing effects it has on innocent little children who are lost in the woods. Until next time, I'm the Wicked Stepmother. Thank you. Saying good food means good riddance. Goodbye until next time on the Wicked Stepmother's Kitchen.
to say is the plot thickens.
Whatever. Stay tuned. When we come back, the evil queen will pay Snow White a visit with the poisoned apple.
Will she eat it?
Or will she give the queen the karate chop smash she deserves?
I'm sure everyone is wondering just how the princess survived and live happily ever after.
Will she ride off into the sunset?
Or will the fates align against her?
Will her story be believable?
Or better yet, hysterical!
All that and more to come after these messages.
Hi, I'm Beaver Wolf, and you don't know yet that I hold the keys to your happily ever after. Are you ready to change your fortune? Are you ready to exchange those rags for riches? You need to be in the house market, and I'm here to show you how. With my techniques, you'll be huffing and puffing your way to house living riches in no time. That's right. With my simple 10-step process, we'll give you all the tools you need to start turning over properties left and right. Sign up for our upcoming seminar at bigbadhouseflippers.com to see how you too can start flipping houses.
Welcome back as we near the exciting conclusion of our tale. For those of you just tuning in, the evil queen had just made the poisoned apple.
Now, all she needed was a disguise. Otherwise, Snow White would have recognized her immediately.
Ooh, and since she was selling fruit, what better disguise than that of famous Carmen Miranda?
Alas, no! Her masquerade would have been more convincing and classical.
That ain't no mask. This is the mask she would have worn.
On guard!
Oh no, her mask would have been more romantic for sure.
Help me make the music
That's ridiculous. You can't be serious.
Seriously, anyone who see right through any of those disguises. What she needed was something simple and unflattering. A disguise that wouldn't draw attention. Something sympathetic and weak. She disguised herself as a feeble old merchant woman.
And then the queen knocked at the door. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupted cow.
Interrupted. Who's out there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Aren't you gonna let me in? It's getting cold out here.
Seriously, who's out there?
Ivana.
Ivana who?
Ivana, come in. Open the door already.
But this weren't no laughing matter.
Are you kidding me? It was hilarious. Let me tell you something. When things get too serious, you gotta have a good joke to lighten things up. A joke is all about timing, with an element of surprise. Misdirected, unexpected, smack between the eyes. A joke should come out of nowhere, so no one can predict. Popping out from a hiding place, hitting them square in the face. You do it right in every case.
Oh, no.
Just wanna laugh. So can bring out the giggles, girls have to us. From the belly of rolling jelly, and sometimes get a buzz. A joke can be therapeutic, good medicine, so they say. Slipping on a banana peel, food bites with your happy meal. Don't you love how it makes you feel? You just gotta laugh.
knock, knock. Who's there? Sam and Janet.
Sam and Janet, who?
Sam and Janet evening.
Santa Claus is a mystery and always got the delivery.
So all you folks can take it from me. You just gotta laugh.
Just gotta laugh.
You just gotta laugh.
And folks, that's when the old crone strolled in like she owned the place.
I'm looking for the person in charge here.
Seeing as we dwarves were out working the mines, left Snow White to look after the place.
That's me. I'm in charge here. What's it to you?
Let's just say I've got a score to settle.
That made Snow White just a mite nervous.
Look, we don't want no trouble here. Just what kind of score you ready to settle?
An apple score.
An apple score?
Not an apple score.
That's what it says.
No, it ain't. See, I've got these apples here for sale. Best apples on this side of Mississippi. Best apples any old folk did ever see. You follow?
I follow.
And ain't no one ever taken a liking to these here apples I sell.
They ain't? Well, that's a dirt shame. I ain't never had no apple I could take a liking to. Seems down my heart to believe someone might have turned out a good apple.
Except they have me beg your pardon. But I mean to finally show 'em all the way to their ever, so to speak. See, I've got here with me the finest, most succulentest apple that there ever was. Just one taste and you will agree.
Well, if it's apple tasting you want, it's apple tasting you'll get. Lay it on me, sister. Do your worst.
And so, the queen took 10 paces. Turned and stared the princess down. Draw! And quicker in line, she tossed that there apple over Snow White. But Snow White proved herself to be just as quick on the draw. She took a bite of that apple quicker than you could say, "Oh, Susanna."
Oh, Susan!
Told you so.
Okay, so what happened next?
The apple was poisoned, remember?
Okay, so what happened next?
Only the most awful and tragic thing you could possibly imagine.
Wah! Wah!
White rose, red on red, a princess had died, and every poor subject in the whole kingdom cried. The fairest of all, pure as new fallen snow. wept tragically, dramatically,
Physically,
oh, choking,
mysteriously.
Darn certainly.
Really? Most certainly dead.
oh my. Oh my, I never realized what a tearjerker this story was before. Oh, it is. It's just dreadful. But you must remember, our story isn't over yet. There's still hope. There is? How can there be hope in a time like this? Oh, there's hope. There's always hope. Just wait. You'll see. You're kidding. When we come back, well, I guess there's always hope. Here's to hoping for the best right after these messages.
Someone ate my porridge!
Someone ate my porridge.
Someone ate my porridge, and it's all gone.
Somebody sat in my chair!
Someone sat in my chair.
Someone sat in my chair and broke it to pieces.
Have you been victimized, injured on the job, or otherwise wronged by the cruel acts of others? I'm Literate Riding Hood from the law firm of Granny, Midas, and Hood, and we're on your side. We'll get you the compensation you need for all your unhappily ever afters.
While princessing the kingdom, I fell into 100 years slumber. Luckily, the law firm Granny Midas and Hood got me the compensation I need for my lost time on the job.
Then my brother and I were kidnapped, nearly eaten by an awful witch. Granny, Midas, and Hood were there to save the day. They got us a settlement so big, now we can buy a gingerbread house of our very own.
I got tired of everyone calling me an ugly duckling, so I went to Granny Midas and Hood for help. They filed a defamation and libel suit on my behalf and made everyone who slandered my name pay the price for their wrongdoings.
If you have been wronged, Granny, Midas, and Hood will work for you. Granny, Midas, and Hood, they'll get you cash whether you deserve it or not.
And we're back. When we last left our tale, poor Snow White was dead. Is that right?
Soon.
And you're certain she was, you know.
Without question. We saw it for ourselves. We laid out the crime scene and everything.
No, not on the, no.
Time of death, 1000 hours, roughly. Cause of death, apple. Oh, strike that, make it poison apple. I see. Victim, the fairest of them all, and that is the princess. Her name, please, for the official record. Of course. It's Snow White. No, it can't be. Sadly, it's true. Oh my. Perpetrator, unknown. No suspects? Well, the evil somewhere is always a good lead, but we have no evidence connected to the crime. Therefore, we have no clear suspects.
But who done it didn't really matter. For in that very moment, in pranced the handsome prince.
Oh man, it was hilarious!
No, it was romantic.
Are you kidding me? The prince is a total goofball!
Let them judge.
I've come to rescue Princess in distress.
Well, I'm afraid you're too late.
Too late? That's impossible. I always arrive just in time to save the day and make everything happily ever after.
Sorry, Princey, but you're too late.
He was handsome and heroic, but the dwarves were right. It was too late. The princess was lost.
Nonsense. She's just sleeping? Perhaps a true love's kiss will wake her up.
Told you so.
But still, the valley demons refused to give up hope.
Perhaps this glass sliver, which I found glued to the bottom of the palace stairs, will awaken her.
How does he find this? I don't know.
Dead and a broken foot.
It's a perfect fit.
The prince became distraught. Nothing he could do to revive the fallen princess. But still, he never gave up hope.
I know.
What?
I know what will awaken the princess.
What do you mean?
The pea! The princess must be sleeping upon a pea!
What?
You two, help me find it.
What? We don't get paid. Whatever.
The pea! I have found it!
Pete? I'm not so sure that's what it is. Yeah, what is that anyways?
The pea!
What? No! It's just a bit of balled up fluff. Oh, a dust bunny, maybe. Or belly button lint. Yes, could be that too.
Where in the world did this come from?
From underneath your mattress, milady.
That's not what I meant. Come to think of it, I know exactly where this came from.
Who cares where it came from? The bottom line is, against all odds, I saved you from a cruel death, my love.
And so, the handsome and charming prince got on one knee
Done.
and said,
It seems our stars have aligned, bringing us together.
pulled out his grandmother's engagement ring,
Bringing us together as husband and wife.
and proposed.
Please say you'll marry me.
And they all lived happily ever after.
Whoa. Excuse me?
And they all lived happily ever after.
No, sorry, that's not how our story ends.
But you're the romantic dwarf.
Yeah. So?
Didn't she marry the prince?
No. How's that romantic? That's creepy.
Real creepy.
But he was a prince.
And?
And he was handsome, heroic,
And?
I mean, did he sweep her off her feet and ride off into the sunset?
No. How's that romantic? They barely know one another.
Didn't she marry the prince?
No.
But what about true love? What about a happily ever after? How can a fairy tale end without a wedding?
I'll look into that. This story has true love, a happy ending, and a wedding. Otherwise, why do they even care?
And what about the evil queen? What happened to her and the kingdom Snow White left behind?
Oh, we'll get to that part. Oh man, does she ever take care of that evil queen? It's a pretty awesome ending.
Well, what?
Shall we?
Shall we what?
Tell the ending, just like it really happened.
The way it was and the way it shall be remembered for all of eternity.
The ending to Snow White's story, one no one has ever heard before. One full of twists, full of secrets, full of mystery.
The way it really truly happened. Yes, we should, we shall, we must. All of the greatest poets seek truth and beauty. Isn't that what the tale of the most is really all about?
Yeah, sure. All jokes aside, who are we trying to fool anyway?
So, shall we tell this ending? I mean, it's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, and mysterious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hilarious!
And awesome. So shall we tell this awesome ending the way it really happened?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah!
Yes, let's do this. Take it away, Weeby.
And so, as I was saying, the handsome and charming prince got on one knee, pulled out his grandmother's engagement ring, and proposed.
Please say you'll marry me.
Excuse me?
The real deal, Snow White?
The one that they all call the fairest of them all.
The authentic photogenic and genteel Snow White, the unforeseen Snow White. Who's now the queen Snow White? I think we're in a mess here. They're wearing the same dress here. May we explain Snow White? They entertain Snow White.
I guess you ought to know they're putting on a show.
They're portraying really plain on the ghost Snow White.
Don't be offended, Snow White.
It's just pretend Snow White, but we just
Besides my thing and tinker with the ending. 'Cause everyone likes to write their story. A little more glitz and a little more glory. A touch of romance and glass slipper at the dance. Wishing wells and magic spells. 'Cause everyone likes to rewrite their story. Spicing things up in the allegory. Evil sorceress, the devil in distress. Hope is torn away. And the prince comes to save the day. Makes us feel a little better about the way we feel when reality gets a little too real. Everyone likes to rewrite their story. So we told a little white lie here and there. Might stretch the truth just a hair. Being born to dwarf through life isn't really fair. So we try to give our little lives a little more flair. 'Cause everyone likes to rewrite their story. Little more glitz and a little more glory. A touch of romance and glass slipper at the dance. Wishing bells and magic spells. 'Cause everyone likes to rewrite their story. Spicing things up in the allegory. Evil sorceress, the damsel in distress. Hope is torn away. Then the prince comes to save the day. Makes us feel a little better about the way we feel when reality gets a little too real and life gets dull and story. Everyone likes to rewrite their story.
Come on, can we get on with this? All this kneeling is hurting my knees.
Put a sock in it.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a surprise guest, the one, the only Princess Snow White, everyone. Actually, it's Her Majesty or the Queen Snow White now. Oh, yes. Her Majesty, the Queen, the real Snow White, everyone.
Who are you and what's with the get up?
Oh, hi. This is nothing. I'm not a princess in real life. I just play one on TV. But I love your work.
And what are you guys doing here?
We're telling your story.
Why?
Inquiring minds want to know. I'll tell you why. Because it's folksy, Mysterious, funny, true, poetic, and dramatic.
And awesome. Don't forget awesome.
It is. Why, it's a tale of the century.
Very well, but that's not what I meant. What I meant was, why are the seven of you telling my story? I should be the one telling it.
Oh, shucks. But we were having such a doggone good time telling it.
Very well, you can help, but as long as I have a say.
As you wish, Your Majesty, as you wish. Someone get the Queen a chair! Unless that is you prefer a throne, Your Majesty.
Not at all. Any old chair will do.
Here you go, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Now, what do I do?
Just tell your story, sister. But if we could hurry things up a little bit here, no offense, but we're already over time.
Oh, what's the rush?
Surely you want the ending to be told properly. I do, but we're already over time. We need to hurry things up here.
You got it, Heidi. I mean, there's a lot of story left to tell, but if we gotta tell it fast, we can tell it fast. Take it away, Queen! Thank you. Now, where were we?
And so, as I was saying, the handsome and charming prince got down on one knee, pulled out his grandmother's ring, and proposed.
Please say you'll marry me.
But I never had any, and Snow White never had any intention of marrying that prince. After all, she'd only just met him. Yeah, you, gross, am I right?
Yeah, you, gross. I mean, thank you for saving me and all. That was very kind of you, but I can't marry you. That's creepy.
So she just hightailed it out of there.
Later.
Wait, but what about me?
Take a hike! And then I made my way directly to the castle to face the queen.
But she couldn't just barge into the place with all the queen's guards. She had to go incognito.
The Huntsman had been sentenced to death that very afternoon.
That's right. He was to be put to death that very afternoon.
Oh my! Did you or she or he? Did Snow White save him? Shh! We're running out of time here. Remember? Oh yes, continue. Go on, go on.
I knew I just had to get in there and save him. So I knocked on the door.
You bet she did!
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
The fair.
The fair? We're not having a fair. Who's there?
The fair.
Seriously, who names their kid the fair? I'm gonna ask you once more, who's there?
The fair.
All right, I'm done playing games. The fair who?
Hiya! The fair is something all.
So there they was. Just Snow White and that there wicked queen.
So, you still think you're the fairest of them all, do ya?
But Snow White weren't afraid of nothing.
That's right, I do.
Well, you just gotta ask yourself one thing, little missy. Do I feel lucky? Well, do ya?
You're darn right, I do.
And so the queen rushed Snow White, and they fought! And that's when Snow White totally outsmarted the wicked queen.
Look, a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
He wasn't actually there. I was able to release the Huntsman, but the queen called for her guards.
Guards! Guards! Intruder in the castle! Intruders!
Snow White and the Huntsman fought the guards off the best they could. It was epic! But then as it looked like all hope was lost, no, behave in the mirror!
It is often written that time stops for no man, but in this chance encounter between a fair princess and an enchanted mirror, time slowed to a near halt. As the reflected glass brimmed upon its footing, teetering and tottering, tottering and teetering, the queen, with a nervous dread, swayed with it, to and fro and to, for the mirror was a symbol of the queen's great power, and as it slowly fell upon the cold earth, the queen knew that her kingdom fell with it.
And that's all it took to defeat the evil queen.
What are you doing? Don't just stand there! Get them! But the mirror was broken, you see. The guards had been cursed by it all this time, held captive by the power of the evil queen's mirror. Once the mirror was broken, the dark curse had been lifted.
And their true royalty remained with the true heir to the throne.
Our princess. We serve you and you alone. You truly are the fairest of them all.
No! 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 This is not how it's supposed to end! I'm the fairest of them all! I'm the fairest. Hush, you!
There's one thing left to be done about that.
She will live alone and be forgotten in exile.
Oh, you just wait and see. Just wait and see. I'll get you, my pretty. And get a little hunting man, too.
You were great!
No, you were really brave. Where'd you learn to fight like that?
Oh, a little hunting man told me.
It was true love!
The very next day, Snow White was crowned queen. In a bit of poetic justice, the huntsman, who was to be executed that very day, was given the honors of placing the crown upon her head.
She went on to become the most fairest queen ye ever done see.
And the kindest.
And the funniest. And the funniest.
Oh my goodness, how romantic! How much love a good wedding! Oh, look at that!
And after the wedding, the kingdom had the most rockin' party it had ever seen. And we all lived happily ever after.
Real talk with fairy tale legends. Alternate facts, your knowledge.